Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing the second part of my testing out Miss A makeup. I have already done a haul and a first part where I tested out around like 7 products or so. It was a bunch of products. So I will put the link to those 2 videos in the description downstairs if you've not seen them. I'm so excited to test out these products today. So we are going to begin with another highlighter. In my last video I tested out these 2 highlighters. They're called the Wonder Baked Highlighters by the AOA Studio. I love these so much. I've worn this one, which is called Freezer. It's a beautiful kind of pinky gold shade. It's really strange to describe, but it doesn't give you like a concentrated pink gold glow. It has like an ombre effect. It's so stunning. It's so beautiful. This is one of my new favourite highlighters. This one is also beautiful. This one is fairy. I'm not going to go on too much about the other makeup that I've tried though, because you can watch the other video if you're interested. So today it's all about the other makeup from Miss A that I got. So this one is in the shade Cupcake. Again, it's a baked highlighter. I do feel like the baked formula is a really kind of complementary formula to go for if you have you know, slightly more mature skin, or if you just don't like a very blinding stark highlight, you know. So I am just going to spritz a little bit of Fix Plus up on my face, because that's what I always do now before I put my highlighter on. I think it gives your skin like a wetness that just makes the highlighter dance upon, and it just creates the most beautiful look. So anyway, oh, what? Squirted it over there, didn't I? The imaginary face behind me. If there's a ghost here, he or she has just got some Fix Plus in the face, which is a treat. I mean, imagine you're a ghost and you're just doing your thing, just spying on someone, making a video, and then you get a lovely spritz of Fix Plus. That would be a fun moment for a ghost. Anyway, oh, I've just got visions now of like a ghost behind me, just like trying to catch all the Fix Plus on his face. Like, I want some more. I've got a taste of it now and I want some more. I'm a fecking ghost. I don't really have much enjoyment in my life anymore. Give me more Fix Plus in my face. I mean, really. Anyway, so I'm also going to be testing out one of the AOA brushes. I believe that this is meant to be like a highlight brush. I don't know if I've used it before, but some powder came off it, but I actually don't remember that I've used this before, so I'm just going to say the ghost used it, and that's why it had powder on it. So okay, let's just pop that all up in there and let's do this. So as you can see, very subtle, can't really see all that much, but you know, even if I just left it like that, can you see like there's just a glow that just looks very tasteful, very demure and very sophisticated, and I just really like it. I'm going to add more though, because I want a little bit more. I mean, really. So this one looks to have extremely kind of subtle peach tones to it. I'd say probably out of the 3 that I've now tried, this one, which is Cupcake, is probably maybe my least favorite. I think it's still beautiful. It's still like very natural, but I think the other 2 just had a little bit more kind of uniqueness to them. So yeah, Cupcake, it's just a little bit blander. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just not wowed me, you know. My pants are well and firmly strapped in place. But it's beautiful for like a natural highlight, and for £1 I think sensational. So this is the cheek with the highlight, and this is a sad little cheek without the highlight. Again, I feel like the ghost behind me, my new ghost friend, I feel like he's there going, well, I don't have any highlighter on any of my cheeks. What the feck? I mean, really? Okay, right, ghost. In a minute, I'm just going to... Anyway, I'm fucking going crazy now. I mean, really, right. This to the other side. By the way, it's really hot here in Manchester. Sweating my vagina off right now. Like, literally, I know I'm probably coming across as very cool, you know, and chilled out, but no. Sweating my vagina off. Like, literally, it's... it's a situation. Okay, so we have the highlight. I like it, but it's not wowed me quite as much as the other two. So next we're actually going to move on to the blush. This is called Pink Coral, and I don't know, I'm looking at it and I'm just seeing pink. I'm not really seeing any of the coral, but it's got this beautiful kind of flower on it. It's really reminding me of, is it the Milani ones? I know there's another brand out there that have come out with a blush that has like a pretty little flower on it, like my vagina. No, not like my vagina. Anyway, why do I've not mentioned my vagina in a while. Look, I'm pretending to read the back of this. Let's change the subject from the vagina. So I've not tried anything from this brand. I think I've only tried the AOA brand actually so far from Miss A. So yeah, this is new to me. It is meant to be like, I think, a sheeny blush, if I remember correctly. By the way, I will confirm all the product names and prices and everything in the description down below. But yeah, I'm just going to apply this to my cheek. Oh, should we do a swatch? Let's do a swatch. Let's be civilized here. I mean, really. Okay, so this is what she looks like. She's a little bit powdery actually, and I can't see any coral. Can you see any coral? I could just see pink. I mean, it's a pretty pink, but I wanted coral. Like, I came for the coral. Where the heck is the coral? I do have a lipstick actually that's called Coral Bliss that we're going to be trying in a minute, so hopefully that will give me my coral fix, because this sure hasn't. Anyway, it might go coral on the cheek. Should we see? I feel like it's going to be really pigmented, so I'm going to knock some off. Okay. Okay, so it's there. I mean, yeah. I don't know what to say. Like, I like it. I think, yes, it's a pretty pink blush. Yeah. I just feel, all right, this is what I'm thinking right now, though. I feel like potentially I've not applied it right. Like, I'm going to take the blame for this. I think I applied it, like, in the wrong place. And I take full responsibility of that. By the way, have you seen, like, my roots coming through? And usually my roots always come through and they look black, because usually I have, like, very light blonde hair. But I feel like, are they grey? Like, I'm worried. I'm thinking, do I have like a full head of grey hair on the way, like underneath the pink? Because look how like my roots look. Why is that? It's crazy. Like, I've just got like a white bit here, and I'm just like, what? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, I am liking this blush actually. I like it more over on this side because I feel like I've got my placement right. I've definitely fecked it up over here, but we'll just blame my sweaty vagina for that one. I mean, really. But yeah, I mean, I like it. It's just sheeny as feck blush, which I thought there was a mirror in there then, and I was looking at it. There's no mirror in there. What a disappointment. But yeah, I like it. It's got a definite sheen to it. It reminds me a little bit of the MAC mineralized blushes, which I love. I love me a good shimmery blush. It's like, I can't really be doing with matte blushes. I just want all the shimmer that I can get, you know, on my face. Oh, by the way as well, I didn't mention it, but I actually really like this brush. It's the F19 AOA Studio, and I think it is a highlighting brush. It works really, really nicely. It's super soft and fluffy. I really think that this is a perfect little highlight brush, so I definitely recommend that one. Okay, so next we're going to be trying out another brush. This is by, again, AOA Studio, and it is, I almost said it's in the shade F14. It's the F14 brush. Okay, and we're going to use my new favourite bronzer because I don't have a bronzer from Miss A to test, but this is the W7 Very Vegan Matte Bronzer. This is what she looks like. This is a really good bronzer if you've got fair skin, and this is in the shade Sunkissed. So I have actually used this brush before for bronzing and I really like it, but I just thought I would show you it today. It's a kind of slanted, I feel like that's not the right word, but anyway, it's slanted. Oh my gosh, I've got pink on it. I've been applying blush apparently with this as well, which, yeah, I do wish it was maybe just a little bit denser, but if it was just a bit denser, you'd have a little bit more control over where, you know, you were getting your bronzer. But it's actually really, really good, and considering it's £1, it's just exceptional. Okay, I'm just going to pop a little bit around the perimeters of my forehead. Do you see what I mean about this bronzer? It's just the perfect amount of like a sun-kissed bronze. It's not too cool toned, it's not too warm toned. It's just perfection. I really, really love it, and it's super affordable as well. I have filmed a first impression where I test this out, but I'm not sure if that video will have gone up yet. But if not, it will be up soon, I'm sure.
I just feel like with this brush it needs a little bit of coaxing, because it can be a little bit like floppy, you know, at the top. Let's face it, no one likes a floppy top. We like a hard top, a rigid top.
Okay, so I am bronzed. So next we are going to move on to a lipstick. I know I've not done the eyes yet, but I do have this little brush set again from the fabulous AOA to test out. So I'm going to be testing those out at the end of the video. I'm going to do a bit of an eye look. But I do have two lipsticks here to try. Oh, I've just remembered as well, I have an eyeshadow, which I'm really excited to try. So should I do the eyeshadow? I might do the eyeshadow first, actually. So this again is by the AOA brand. I need to get a top, the AOA brand, everything from the AOA brand, but I really like the AOA brand. This to me is the most beautiful silvery, slightly lilac looking kind of a shade. It's a baked formula again. I don't think that I've used like a baked formula eyeshadow on my eyes in ages, so this is a little bit new to me. So I'm actually going to jump into my new brush set for this, and I am going to use this flat topped, it's an E131 brush. Okay, so I'm going to start with a swatch. This is what he looks like, and I'm just going to show you there. It looks really, really pretty. A little bit, again, dry feeling, but I think that's just because it's a baked formula. I definitely feel like I'm going to need a Fix Plus for this. I do tend to use Fix Plus with, oh, it sounds awful, it made a really dry sound. Like, I cannot stand the sound, you know, with like a big brush brushing concrete. Oh, one of our neighbours was brushing her like front path the other day, and I literally just had to like flee into the house because the noise, like the sound rate, it was going through me so much, because it's just like dry bristles rubbing against concrete, and I was just like, I'm just putting this on. I'm going to try with my finger. Okay, so it does look nice, like I really like the shade, but it is looking a little bit dry, and just, it doesn't look like a party on my eyelid yet. And you know, I'm always wanting a fabulous party up on my eyelid where everyone's just super drunk, dancing the Macarena and just being sick on the dance floor. Do you know what I mean? You know, one time in my university days, I was on the dance floor with one of my friends, Matt Cribb, and we were drinking, I don't know, like vodka and Coke or something like that, and I got so excited because I was just having such a great time. I just like threw my glass up into the air, and it was, by the way, it wasn't glass, it was plastic, but I threw it into the air, like not meaning to be awful or anything, but anyway, I got kicked out, and so did Matt Cribb, and it was a sad time. It was a sad time. So I've applied some Fix Plus onto my brush, and we're just going to go in again, and already, oh, I feel like the Fix Plus has really kind of taken the eyeshadow to a whole other level. It's definitely not as good as like Gervais Place eyeshadows. So, you know, with it being a single as well, am I going to be applying this on a regular basis? Probably not, because I mean, I like a good palette. I like just reaching for a palette, using that one palette, and then I'm good to go. I'm not really a huge fan of like singles, really, and I don't think you could depot this, unfortunately. So do I think it's pretty? Yes. Do I think I will be using it? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, so I've just been over this a few times, just kind of packing on that colour, and do you know what? I actually really, really like it. Like, I think it looks really, really good. I have kind of been dipping in and out quite a few times to kind of build up to this, but it's actually really pretty. Like, I love the shade. I think it really complements my hair. Okay, so although I still stick to what I said, I'm probably not going to be reaching for this, but for £1, I just think it's brilliant. If you don't own a lot of palettes and you do just want to collect singles, or you prefer singles, brilliant. Like £1, brilliant. I just cannot get over it. Once again, these products are £1. The brushes weren't £1, because like that would be a super bargain. I think these were about £4.99. Again, I will confirm downstairs, but I really like this little flat top guy. He was really brilliant for applying like shimmer. So I am next just gonna like do some more eye work. I am going to try one of these other brushes. I've got my Ultimate Basics palette by Urban Decay. This is one of my, if not my favourite makeup palette ever. Okay, so I'm going to use this fluffy brush. This is the E127, and I'm just going to go in with this shade here. Oh my gosh, so much powder. Seriously, I was like, say what? Okay, so the brush is super soft. It reminds me a lot of a Morphe brush that I've been using recently, which I really like. So I am impressed. It's super fluffy, super soft, and it's just a really good blender. Yes, she is liking that. Okay, so next I'm going to use this brush. This is the E129, and I'm going in with this kind of bluey shade. I'm going to pop this kind of into the outer vagina.
I'm going to pop it a little bit under my eye. No, I'm not going to pop it under my eye. I'm going to use a different brush for that. Oh my gosh, these brushes are fantastic.
So I'm going to use the E134, which is a tiny little pencil brush, and I'm going to use that under my eye with the navy blue shade again. Okay, I don't really like this brush. I do not like it. It's a little bit pointy. There's not much movement. You know, in the bristles, that one's a no from me today. I'm going to use the E132 brush, which is a domed like fluffy brush. I feel like this might work a bit better. Oh yeah, this is what we came here for. This is it. Yes, I really like that. Okay, so I feel like that's all the brushes that I'm going to test today, but just to let you know, this is brilliant. I think it's about £4.99. It's definitely worth it. Majority of the brushes I've tried, which I know isn't too many, but I'm getting the gist of it, that I like it. Okay, so I finished off my eye look. I just applied a little bit more of the eyeshadow, and I really love it. Like, I love it. I just wish I had this shade in with a palette of other shades, so it was in a palette. I just feel like, am I ever going to reach for this? I don't know. Maybe for filming I will, because I love the shade. If you know of an eyeshadow palette that has a similar shade to this one in there, could you let me know in the comments, please? So I did my eyebrows with the AOA Wonder Brow in taupe. I really like this. I like it because of the shade. The shade is the most perfect cool toned taupe. I find that the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pomade in taupe is quite a intense taupe, whereas this one is just a little bit more subtle and natural and understated, and I really like the formula. I also this morning used the Wonder Skin again, and I used it yesterday for work. This is the Poreless Primer. Again, it was £1, and I fucking love it. I feel like with these AOA products, sometimes they are smaller than what you would usually expect. But I mean, they're £1. They're £1. But I know everything's relative. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so we're going to finish off with 2 lipsticks. This one is by the Amuse brand, and it looks supremely fancy. And it's a matte lipstick in the shade Coral Bliss. And the next one we have, again, it's by Amuse Cosmetics. And this is a creamy matte lipstick. And we pop it right. Okay, how do I get, like, literally, I had an issue last time. Packaging for this one is, like, quite innovative. I really like it. So you push it out. Oh, do you know what? I feel like it was more innovative like the first time I used it. I'm kind of over it now. Like, now I'm like, oh, like, what? But I was really blown away. You'll see in my whole video, I was really excited about how you opened it. But anyway, this feels a bit cheap, but it's £1. Like, it just feels quite, yeah, you know what I mean? So this is in the shade, what shade are you? Is it in the shade Nude? Oh, Shy. Okay, so this is in the shade Shy, and oh my gosh, it looks beautiful. It's kind of like a peachy matte. Oh gosh, I've got a feeling I'm going to love this because I love anything peach. Oh, it's got a nice smell to it. What is that smell? It's got a really beautiful fruity smell. It's kind of like strawberries. Oh my gosh, I really like it. It's definitely matte. It's a little bit like draggy sons. Okay, so there we go. I love this. I love the shade of it. It's definitely like a peachy nude, which I spend my life searching for peachy nudes. I think it's such a flattering kind of shade. I think everyone would love this shade. I think it would complement any kind of, you know, eye look that you've got going on. Very natural looking, but at the same time, I think it actually has such an impact upon your face. I feel like as well, this is a really good formula. I've just got a feeling that this would actually last for ages on your lips because it's not budging. Like, I do know what I mean. Like, sometimes with a matte lipstick, you just feel like this isn't going anywhere quickly. Again, this was £1. Oh my gosh, I was putting it up the wrong way. That's what he said. I mean, really, we've all been there. Sensational. I just probably headbutted the ghost then, I think. Oh my gosh, I don't want to take it off because I really, really like it. But we have another one to try, which is another matte lipstick. As I said, this is called Coral Bliss, and it's again by the Amuse brand. It looks so fancy. Look at this fancy sins. Okay, so this one smells nice as well. Okay, so I've done a swatch of the Coral Bliss lipstick, and it definitely feels like it's not as matte as the other one, but it claims to be matte, so let's see. Yeah, this one's definitely like a lot easier to apply. It just kind of glides on. Okay, so I mean, I don't know if I would call this a typical coral, but I kind of like it. I like it. I'm liking it the longer it's been on my lips. I definitely kind of prefer the formula of this one just because it really kind of just glided on so easily, whereas this one was a little bit draggy. However, I feel like this one potentially is going to last longer on your lips because it's not a slippy slidey. It's a drier formula, so it's probably going to have better kind of staying power. But I really like this one too. I wouldn't say it's a true matte because you can see it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. But I really like them both. I like the shades. I like the formulas. Again, £1, fecking bargains. I mean, really, oh, Shania. I almost just destroyed it. I mean, really. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this video. Once again, the Miss A makeup has impressed me, completely impressed me. I think the only thing that I was a little bit underwhelmed with was the highlight. As I said, I absolutely love these two, Freezer and Fairy. I just felt like Cupcake was a little bit too subtle for me. Like, I like a subtle lip from within glow, but this one was just a little bit too subtle. Do you know what I mean? Everything else I really loved. I have a few other items to test out from Miss A, so I will do a part 3 testing the stragglers. But oh my gosh, like, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, and I don't want to ever sound like I'm being too outrageously over the top, but I am blown away by how good these products are and how cheap they are. I mean, I know that the eyebrow pomade and the primer are pretty small, but the highlighters are like average size, you know, for a highlighter. The blush is an average size for a blush. The lipsticks are typical lipstick sizes. And I just think they're fantastic. I also have been really impressed with the brushes. All of the ones that I've used today and the ones that I've been using for a few days. Super impressed with them. So I, once again, have no qualms in recommending every single one of the products that I've tried. I'm just dying to jump back on the Miss A website and get some more stuff. But I kind of need to not spend any more money on makeup for a while because Like literally. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Could you do me a favour and let me know in the comments what your top recommendations are from the Miss A website, because I would really appreciate it. When I'm in a position where I can do another bit of a haul on there, I will check back in on the comments of this video, and I'm going to get some of your recommendations, and also I think it would be really helpful for other people as well. So I'd really appreciate it if you could just give me some of your favourite kind of makeup from Miss A recommendations. Anyway, I'm going to go, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon with more.